Okay, in today's video, I'm going to share my experience on where to stay in Cancun. I'll provide you guys the info, and you guys can use the info to decide where you want to stay when you arrive in Cancun, Mexico. So on a high-level view, if you Google Cancun, this is what it looks like. Cancun Airport is highlighted in this blue cyan color down here. It's a 20 to 25-minute ride to either Central or hotel to Zona Hoteleria. Uber is not allowed here in Cancun, so taxis will charge you ridiculous prices. So what you can do is you can try to use a shared shuttle bus to get to your accommodation, or if you do have to use a taxi, maybe find someone who is staying in, or not find someone, but like if you happen to have been traveling with a buddy or a friend you met at the, or like an acquaintance you met at the hostel, and you're going to the same place, maybe share a taxi to that accommodation. So let's cover the three main areas that I highlighted on this high-level view of Cancun. Starting with the green area. So the green area is where the luxury hotel resorts are. It's more remote. It's more like the hotels here are more like a full-service resort where you're most likely going to hang out in the hotel for all your needs. The beach is in front. The hotel has a restaurant or several restaurants, a spa, an entertainment area. Everything is, so in this green highlighted area, everything is spread far apart on this strip. The hotels themselves are gorgeous. They're beautiful in design, they're grand in size and grand in luxury. However, the hotels here are highly expensive per night. You can expect to be paying in Canadian $200 to $400 Canadian a night. It's probably, and to be honest, it's probably owned by cartel money, using the hotels for money laundering to clean their money. However, because it is cartel owned or cartel property, it's super safe because they don't want problems on their own property. And that last point is just, there's, I can't confirm, but there's probably a high likelihood of truth to it. Up is our blue area up here. This is central of Cancun. It's the downtown area. There are more options for restaurants here. If you want to check out downtown Central, I would recommend just staying in. I recommend just staying in the red area, which we'll cover next, and you can just take a colectivo that goes to Central. But I don't think it's worth staying in this blue highlighted area. Because there's not much to do in Central. It's kind of actually ugly. In just my opinion, it's kind of ugly here. The atmosphere is not as nice as in Zona Hoteleria. So that brings us to our next zone, which is the zone highlighted in red. So the red area is Zona Hoteleria. So I would recommend staying in this area. It's in the corner, closer to nightlife, closer to the Ultramar ferry that takes you to Isla Mujeres. So there's 3 ports along this zone, which I've shown in these 3 red lines. So in each of these locations, you can take the Ultramar ferry to reach the island Isla Mujeres, which is off the coast of Cancun. Also in Hotel Zona Hoteleria, you have close proximity to stores, cafes, restaurants, and the grocery store Super Chedraui, and you have direct access to the beach. If we zoom in a little bit further, in this view, up in our top left-hand corner is the Adio bus terminal, and I've also highlighted in blue the 3 ports from where you can take the Ultramar ferry to get to Isla Mujeres. So up here is up in the red is the Adio bus terminal where my cursor is hovering, and then if you follow my cursor, this is one of the ports to leave to Isla Mujeres. Here's a second port. Follow my cursor, and then the third port is located conveniently right in the corner of Zona Hoteleria. There's plenty of frequent buses that run through Zona Hoteleria, so if you stay in the corner, you can easily access this entire strip as well as reach the Adio bus terminal. You can take the red colored public bus, and they're labeled in different numbers. I believe for Adio it was labeled number 1. You can ask the bus driver before getting on, and the price you can expect to pay to get the Adio from this corner to the Adio bus terminal, you can expect to pay about 30 pesos, which is about $1.50. If we zoom into the corner of Zona Hoteleria, this is where I would recommend for you guys to stay, in this corner. And the reason why is, I guess I'll cover the highlighted areas, and you guys can kind of either agree or not agree with why I recommend this corner. So in purple, this is where, these are the two streets of the clubs and the nightlife. In green is our lagoon. It's dark, murky waters. Be careful here when you do, even if you're just walking on the sidewalk, I would say take caution and be careful, because there are crocodiles. Keep an eye out when walking at all times along this side of the strip. There's 2 public access ways to the beach, which are shown blue lines here. So the first being here and the second being here. Because the rest of the strip are blocked by buildings, so you can't walk to the beach, because there's either a giant hotel, there's a hotel blocking your way, or like some sort of building. So I just wanted to show that on the map on how you can reach the beach, because the beach is sometimes hidden from the fact that there's buildings covering up, and you don't know that there's a beach existing on the other side. So these 2 blue lines shows the access ways to the beach, and when you do get onto the beach, it's actually a very nice beach. The waters are very clear. The sand is very like a tanned powdery type. So it's a pretty nice beach to hang out as well as take a dip in. And then in orange, I just wanted to highlight the 2 places that I found myself eating often at. The first is a ramen shop located in this plaza. And one of my favorite places to eat in all of Mexico was at this supermarket called Super Chedraui Selecto. On the second floor is a nice food court with street food prices. It closes at 8 p.m. But opens as early as, I think, 9 or 10 a.m. And the second, you can use the elevator or you can walk up to the second floor. The second set of escalators is hidden on the other corner of the store. So I'll give you guys kind of like a preview of the prices. So for a plate of pasta, you can expect 100 pesos. For a pizza, you can expect 85 pesos. Okay, so sorry, I'll also tell you guys the prices in Canadian as well. So 100 pesos for pasta, so that is about $6.50 Canadian. 85 pesos for a pizza, so that's about $6 Canadian. 50 pesos for an iced coffee, which is a really good deal. Like the coffee here was actually pretty good, much cheaper than Starbucks. So I mean, I highly if I needed coffee, I would highly recommend here, and I would get it. For me myself, I enjoyed getting the coffees here for 50 pesos. 50 pesos is about $3 Canadian. You can also get ice cream gelato here, or not ice cream, gelato. But so gelato you can expect for 2 scoops, you can expect 70 pesos. So that is about $5 Canadian. The flavors that I really enjoyed here were cocoa and dark chocolate. Those were very nice, muy rico. For protein, for just lean protein, if you want sirloin, ribeye, and New York strips, you can actually select it from. You can go to the freezer section, pick out your own so they will only cook and serve it for you if it's in those 3 categories. Either it's a sirloin, a ribeye, and a New York. And if you pick one of those 3, you can find it in the frozen section between. It goes between. You can find slices between 80 pesos to 400 pesos. Usually, I just picked. I was able to find ones that were like for 100 pesos. If you pick it, and then you just go to the kitchen. They'll cook it for you. and they'll season it for you too, and it makes a pretty nice meal. So for 100 pesos, $6 Canadian, you get this big plate of New York strip, sirloin, or ribeye, which I found it blew my mind. It was so amazing. The value to price ratio. Super Chedraui Selecto was probably, even though it's not technically a restaurant, probably one of my favorite places to eat in all of Mexico, just because of, first, the variety you get. So you can order pasta, pizza, coffee here, gelato, you know, protein. You have great selection, as well as the prices were super cheap, and I was left happy and full. They also had a nice seating balcony area here as well, where you can eat and overlook outside the city. And then inside there's air conditioning, so you had spacious seating here as well. It was just an awesome place to be. So that brings us to the end of the video. I don't think, I guess and some few other small items to cover. So for OXXO stores, there's two OXXO stores I found myself often visiting. So the first is this one located down here, where you can see the OXXO beside it. The second is up here, closer to the nightclub, or the clubbing and the restaurant area. And then in this blue C and circle I've highlighted here is the lavanderia, the laundry store where you can bring your clothes to clean. It's pretty quick here. You can either get it back in the same day or the next day, and it charged pretty cheap, between 50 to 100 pesos. So I think that's all I need to cover. Did I miss anything? So again, on our right is where the beaches are, and Google kind of does a good job of highlighting that in the yellow. So the yellow represents the sand. I've highlighted the 3 types of beaches here, which is Playa Chacmul, which is the access way is, again, this blue line. Playa Forum, which is located near the nightclub area, the nightclub / restaurants area, and you can access through this blue line here. And then Playa Gaviota Azul, this one is in front of a hotel. That is mostly more catered to people who are staying in these hotels here: Grand Fiesta, the Hyatt, and Crystal. The 2 most common ones that are accessible by the public is Playa Forum and Playa Chacmul, and essentially the beach area in between here, in between these 2 beaches. I think that's it. So that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. You guys found this video useful, consider giving it a like. If you know anyone visiting Cancun, consider sharing the video so that it might be helpful towards them. Consider subscribing if you want to stay tuned for future videos. And if you have any tips or comments in regards to Cancun, you guys can let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.